Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about AI agents and what makes them really more advanced and in a lot of cases better than just plain old chatting with something like ChatGPT or Claude or Google Gemini. Hey, I'm Craig Hewitt. Welcome back to day 32 of 100 Days of AI. I'm releasing a video every day for 100 days all about AI. And today we're going to be talking about AI agents. Just for context, a lot of us think about AI like just chatting with ChatGPT. So you would type something into ChatGPT and want an answer. Hey, write this email for me, analyze this spreadsheet, do this thing, right? It can be generally one time. You can have several in a row, whatever. But an agent has three elements to it that make it really different than just chatting with an LLM and a model like ChatGPT or Claude or Google Gemini. It has access to a model, so that's the kind of base, and then it adds on to it memory, so it knows things and can remember them, and then it has access to one or several tools. And so I'm just going to show an example of this in ChatGPT to show how you would do a thing, and then I'm going to show you how an agent can do it automatically for you 24/7. Sound good? Okay. So just for context, here's the agent that I built. I did a video about getting news from Perplexity and posting it to my social media account automatically. And so this runs all the time currently. And we're going to recreate this in ChatGPT just to show, and then we'll come back and show you how I built this. So what does this do? It has a trigger, so it comes to the computer. We'll come to the computer, and then the agent is invoked, and it messages a model, ChatGPT. It has memory, and it uses Perplexity, which is another AI tool that just does research really well. Okay, so let's go and open up a new tab and open Perplexity, and let's do this, right? So the first thing is it's going to go to Perplexity and say, tell me the news about AI, right? That's what's happening here. Call Perplexity Sonar model to get the latest news about AI and commit that to memory. So let's just do that. Here in Perplexity, by the way, if you haven't used Perplexity, I did a whole video about it and why it's amazing and it's replaced several conventional tools that I used to use. A link is in the description below if you want to check that out. But here, you can ask Perplexity questions. It's kind of like Google, but just way better. But it also is an amazing news source, I think. Over here in the Discover tab, it has news, right? And so this is all the top news from the day. But what I want to do is get AI news, so I'll go to tech and science. Cool. So let's see. Here's one right here. Anthropic launches web version of Claude Code AI assistant. That's a big deal. Okay, so now we could say it has sources. We could take a look at some of these, but what we'll do is just take and copy this whole thing and go back to ChatGPT and give it a prompt to have it write a social post for us, right? So okay, so the prompt here is pretty basic. You're a social media manager and content creator for Craig Hewitt. Task is write a Twitter post. Context, this is to build my thought leadership. And then here is the article. And so we'll just click go. And this will probably do an okay job, right? ChatGPT knows me so well just because I've used it so much over time that, that this is probably decent, right? Anthropic just dropped a web version of Claude Code. Okay, fine. Cool. Okay, so this did it. But what's different about this is I had to remember to come to the computer, pull up Perplexity, research a topic, figure out if it's the topic that I want to write about, copy this, go back to ChatGPT, come up with a prompt, even if I remember the prompt or had as a shortcut or whatever, do this stuff. Now I have this, I'll have to copy this. We're going to go over to Twitter, I'm going to paste it in, and then we have to figure out, is this right for me? Whatever, and I'll publish this. Okay, so that's fine. But that requires a lot of cognitive load for me because I have to remember to do this every day. I have to put something in my calendar. I have to use several different tools all at once, or I could just use an agent to do this for me 24/7, 365. And so just as a point of clarification and a bit of warning, I did a video about why I think a lot of people and businesses should not be using AI agents and even AI automation, which are kind of separate things. AI automation would be just stringing together several different steps and tasks using tools that could or could not involve AI. And an agent can be one of those things. And that's kind of what this is. This is an automation and it involves an agent. So an agent is kind of this brain and it has model, memory, and tools that it has access to. And it can have several tools. So you could have another tool here that's like Google Sheet, right? You could do that. But that's what this does. So it has a scheduled trigger. It goes every 3 hours at the 15-minute mark. It has memory, which is just the standard old, regular old memory that comes with N8N. And by the way, sorry, N8N is this tool that I'm using. It is an AI automation and workflow builder where you can just, without much code, build really cool automations and agents like this. And so it has all sorts of things that it has access to. And there's a ton of really great information. Not gonna lie, if you want all the best N8N information, check out Nate Herc. I'll link him in the description below. He has a channel that's entirely devoted to N8N and AI automations and agents. It's amazing. Okay, so an agent has a model that it has access to. It has memory and it has tools. And so that's basically what we did here. Is we created an agent that this is the thing that it should do. And the tools that it has access to are OpenAI as a model, just like we used ChatGPT. It has memory, which in this case is me, my memory, because if I saw this and was like, oh, I've already tweeted about this, I wouldn't write another tweet about it. So that's what it's kind of getting at. It's like, hey, this should only be new information. And then it has access to a tool, which is Perplexity, and Perplexity's Sonar model in this case. Sonar is just the API tool. So API is just a way for two computer systems to talk. And this is the task that I gave it when it relates to Perplexity. Give me one major news story about the AI world in the last 24 hours. Focus on business, product launches, breakthroughs, and big company news. Include a link and a summary of the item. You must return one item. So it's going to go out to Perplexity, do this, bring it back, give it to the agent. The agent's going to then say, did I write about this yet? No. It's going to then send this prompt to ChatGPT and say, hey, go write this tweet for me. It'll then, it could send this to me in Slack and say, hey, do you want to do this? And in Slack, I would say yes or no. And then it would create a tweet. And the contents of the tweet would be just what the agent created. Okay? So this is just a really, hopefully, kind of basic example of the difference between using AI and a chat tool like ChatGPT and an agent. Again, the difference between an agent and just a regular old chat is an agent has access to a model like ChatGPT. It has memory and it has one or several tools that it can use. And so imagine the agent is kind of the brain, and it's like an octopus, right? It has several different arms that it can go use to do things automatically by itself. Okay, so I hope this is helpful in sharing why agents are so powerful, why they can be so powerful. But to me, if you're just getting started with AI, master the fundamentals of ChatGPT and Claude, Gemini, other kinds of tools before you start trying to build AI agents and AI automations. Because if you do, you're going to be kind of like going to the World Series before you've mastered Little League, right? I did a whole video on this. If you want to check it out, it's right here. I think it'd be really helpful in you taking that next step forward with your AI skills.